Well, welcome everybody to today is Thursday, not Friday yet. A Thursday evening with OSU Gymnastics, and it's a great time to talk about gymnastics. We're very happy and fortunate to have all the members of our coaching staff on. We have some of our student athletes with us. But first and foremost, I want to just get through some of the protocol for our Zoom. If you have a question, please feel free throughout to enter it into the chat. It'll go directly to me, Matt Kanan, a part of our Beaver Nation staff. And we will get to the questions near the end as long as time permits, but we want to make sure that we get through each of the presentations and then get to your answers as quick as possible. And then also, as you're on the call, please keep your line muted so that we can have the presentations run through without a hitch. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Scott Barnes.
Thank you, Matt. It's great to see you all. Well, it's an exciting night. Wanted to just quickly introduce some folks. Obviously, you'll hear from Tanya and Michael. I had the privilege of meeting one of our new gymnastics staff members, Brian, this morning, and you'll get a chance to hear from him. Also, Deputy Athletic Director is on with us, Dan Bartholomew. You'll hear from him. Aaron Escobar, one of our newer staff members, Senior Associate D, runs our development operations and OBNs with us, as well as their respective staff. So look forward to the chat today. I do want to take a minute and ask you, if you are on and you are a former Beaver gymnast, could you please thumbs up for us so we can see you? Thumbs up if you're a former gymnast. Awesome. We appreciate you so much. I'm just sort of scrolling through. Look at this big family. This is awesome. Yeah. So glad to have you on. It is really an exciting time for gymnastics. And I wanted to maybe just spend a minute sharing with you what all of our staffs have been working on and student athletes to try to prepare for competition. And when you think about what student athletes want most, is that opportunity to prepare and compete. And finally, some blue sky for us. The Pac-12 CEOs, as many of you know, our presidents, approved moving forward with football. November 5th, 7th, we'll start that. Basketball will start at the same time the rest of the nation starts on November 25th, and the rest of our fall sports will move per NCAA to the spring with the spring championship. Winter sports about right where they are, and we're looking forward to giving gymnastics the most normal season we can give them. And when you think about normal for the Oregon State Beavers, that's a pretty high bar in and of itself. And I think about the culture that Tanya and Michael have set here, and I know you all, as former gymnasts, know what I'm talking about. This culture of family, this culture of excellence, getting there together. We're so proud of our gymnastics program, and particularly our student athletes and the leadership of Tanya, Michael, and others as we've moved forward in this. It is a time now, as we think about all the challenges that are in front of us, all the challenges we put behind us, what's next? And when we think about what's next, we think about what were those items that were critical to us? What items did we have? What initiatives did we have that were priorities to us before COVID hit? And one of those priorities, without question, was a new gymnastics training facility. And I wanted to just take you back and talk to you about process a little bit. We identified this, if you can believe it, Tanya helped us identify it many times, and correctly so. We made this a priority. And as we thought about our facilities master plan and the process, and we looked around campus and thought, where are our best opportunities for this new training center? We sort of got out of the box a little bit and thought beyond campus, because there wasn't a logical spot to put this. And in the meantime, as we thought about that, our university came up big. They stepped up and partnered with us to purchase a building. They do occupy, their tenants occupy half of it, but what we have in a half is 3 times more than we had in square footage from our previous training center. And we couldn't be more excited, not only about this opportunity, but the fact that our university saw this as an opportunity and as a priority and stepped up to help us meet the need for our gymnastics program. You think about what's happened with our gymnastics program over time, and it's unbelievable the heights we've met. You think about Tanya and the multiple Coach of the Year honors she's had, her involvement with U.S. Gymnastics, and even as recently 2011, Tanya and Michael both co-coaches of the year in the district. So much success. So we not only want to continue that success, we want to help our coaches and our student athletes achieve even another level. And we think that this project, the training center, can absolutely do that in spades. And just want to thank all of you who have contributed to gymnastics, generally speaking, over the years by showing up, by making contributions, by supporting our student athletes. I also want to ask you to consider to be involved in this new project, because when you think about the future of our athletic program and gymnastics specifically, it's initiatives like this that allow us to achieve our goals. And at the end of the day, it's about an excellent experience for our student athletes, and certainly the ability to train them at the level that we're recruiting at and beyond is paramount to our success going forward. So I want to thank all of you for being on. I want to thank you for the support you've provided this program over the years. We can't wait to get you back into Gill. We just can't wait for that opportunity. And with that, let me turn it over to our leader. She needs no introduction. Not only a wonderful leader and gymnastics coach, but a wonderful partner for our athletic program. Tanya Chaplin, it's all yours.
Thank you, Scott. It is so great to be back in front of all of you, even myself going through what I went through earlier in the year, and all the support that you sent me and the love that you sent me. I want to thank you for that and helping me through that time period. It has just been amazing to get back in the gym with our student athletes. We have actually been training about 5 weeks exactly today. So it's much late. We started a little bit later than we normally do with the COVID restrictions, but then once we got the okay to go, then we had all the fires. So there have been a few things that have kind of kept us from getting our normal start, but our athletes are just phenomenal. They've been pushing hard, and just to see the improvement that they're making each day is exciting. We're starting to put routines together, half routines together. We have athletes, Lena Green and Jane, who both came back from injuries last year, and they're doing phenomenal in the gym, and our seniors who have just been helping us keep the momentum going. So we're excited. We're training as we do not have a schedule yet. So no one's missing anything. We're still waiting from the conference to get those details, but we're training as if we would start our season opener in LSU in Louisiana. And we'll kind of take it one day at a time until someone tells us differently. But that's what we're pushing for right now. So each day it's just kind of going in and getting a day better and kind of pushing through all of that. We haven't been able to go on a team retreat. So tomorrow we're going to do our actual first kind of team building activities, because we've been in a different type of training style where for many weeks we were training in 2 pods. Now we're actually able to train together. And so we're going to have our first opportunity to really get the whole team together and do some team building. So we're excited about that. But they would leave little messages on the mirror for each other and inspirational things to help each other out and try and stay connected. So it's been much nicer being in the gym rather than over the summer when we had to do everything virtually. That was definitely a change. So I was just excited that we got to have this, and we're hoping for all of you to be able to see what we're doing in the gym, to maybe do some FaceTime lives over, the next month or so. And as we're getting closer to season, so that you can see the progress of this team and where we're at. We're just going to have to do some things a little differently, but we're going to keep everyone notified and try to use the virtual platform as much as we can to keep everyone involved. I am just, and I can't say enough, I'm thrilled about this new facility. It probably wasn't until the summer that we actually started going in and it really hit that, wow, this is taking place. Or when we looked over there and the bulldozers are starting to dig the pits and it's like, wow, this is actually happening. The resources that we're going to have with this facility are phenomenal. We are training right now with just a small bit of what most schools are training with, resources as far as not having a tumble track, not having foam pits and resi pits. We have resi pits, but no foam pits. So this is going to provide an environment for our athletes to be able to expand their repertoire of skills and to be able to do it safely, and also an opportunity for these women to be able to go in there and train it at a hard level, but at a safe level, so we can put them on different surfaces and not tear their body apart. So I am just so excited about this opportunity and how quickly it's all coming together. It's, like I said, I just kind of keep pinching myself, but we have these meetings, we're ordering equipment, we're moving forward, and it's coming together really quickly. So that's really, really exciting for us. I'm trying to see, we got a couple of questions here and see if I can answer some of them as I'm going through. I know one question was, how is recruiting going with COVID? Recruiting has changed tremendously too. We're recruiting virtually. We're doing a lot of Zoom calls. So we meet with recruits over Zoom. Most of our recruits, so we have a 21 class coming in. We will make an announcement next month after we sign them. So I won't mention any names, but we have 6 athletes coming in, and only one of them actually has been on an official visit because of COVID. So the others have been to campus at some point on an unofficial visit, but it is a different time as far as recruiting goes. And so we do have 6 freshmen that are coming in that will really add to our program, and we're excited about them coming in to this new facility as well. So our ladies will keep mentoring with 6 freshmen coming in. Jay will continue to go to school this year, and then she will actually start on the team next summer after the Olympic Games. And that's kind of where things are going. She is actually in school right now, and we call each week kind of checking in on how her academics are going and how everything's going for her training wise. So we're keeping in contact with her, obviously, even more on a regular basis because of the academic part of the puzzle now that she's added. And she's doing great and loves being in school and loves the classes that she's taking. Let's see. I know that, Scott mentioned this before. We're going to find out more as we get closer to January, what we're going to be able to do with fans as the new year comes in. And we'll just kind of see where we're at as a state, as a county, and everything else like that. So I'm moving those directions. But I want you to know that truly from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you, because we're able to get this new facility because of all of the things that you've done for our program, the support that you give us. you know, continuing to support and push us to be the very best that we can be. I can't thank you enough for all that you do for Oregon State. And it's really shined through during this COVID time. The support that we've had from all of you has been tremendous. So thank you from myself, our staff, and our athletes. I do also want to introduce our newest addition to our staff. As many of you know, it was about August that Brian Amato had left and took a job at Nebraska. And that opened our doors to another phenomenal coach. He's from Alabama. Well, he's actually from Ohio, but he coached at Alabama for 23 years, and he was at Auburn for the last 2 years. Alabama won a number of national championships while he was there, and then he also coached the first national champion for Auburn on vault while he was there over the last 2 years. So I will give the reins over to Brian Rochella. We're so excited to have him here, and he can talk a little bit and tell you more about himself.
Hi, everybody. They told me I had 2 minutes, and honestly, that's not near enough. But on the flip side of that is I plan to be here for a long, long time. So we'll have plenty of time to catch up over the years and throughout the season and this season. I can't tell you how honored I am to be able to work with Tanya and Michael. It's funny, 2 years ago when I was with Darion at the national championship, when Oregon State was there for the first new format, making the top 8, and had a great season. And I just remember walking up to Tanya and Michael and just saying, there are just a handful of people that I would really love to work with in this country as far as NCAA gymnastics coaches. And, they were right at the top of my list. So I just can't thank them enough for the opportunity to be here. And the Beaver Nation, it's just truly overwhelming how welcomed and grateful I am. I can't tell you, it's hard to describe. I mean, I met Scott Barnes this morning for the first time as he's standing there testing everybody, being part of the solution for COVID. I mean, that was fantastic. That was our first introduction. And, and I've always had the philosophy as a coach that, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And just with this new facility, which is super exciting, I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. I've been, had the opportunity to be a part of that in the past, and it's just brought great things. What Tanya and Michael have done, building this program and this culture over the years has been incredible. The athletes have just been amazing. I can't tell you what a joy it is to be able to work with these student athletes. And I see a lot of them on here. Hi, guys. But they have been receptive. They have been coachable. They have been enthusiastic. You're going to have to cut me off, maybe like the debate tonight or something, because I just plan to keep on going until you cut me off on how grateful I am to be here and to see, what the generous donations and everything to get this new gym off the ground is just incredible. It was a long drive that I made with my dog. Hopefully we'll get the rest of the family out here soon. But, I got here 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, and kind of hit the ground running on Wednesday. And we've been wide open ever since, just, sharing ideas, bringing things together and figuring out the best way to move this incredible group of young ladies forward to, get through this season. Whatever it looks like, whatever they give us, we're going to take it and we're going to run with it. And it's just super exciting to be here.
Fine. Thank you.
I'll keep going.
No, thank you so much. I mean, I think it speaks for everybody, the passion you have for the sport and seeing that passion, how it's going to come out for our student athletes is awesome. So welcome to the best college town in the Pac-12 and transition segue. Talking about our student athletes, we have many of your student athletes on this Zoom, Coach. but a couple are going to actually speak with us this evening. If you want to introduce them.
Yes, we have senior Savannah Force with us. And we have, I guess, more than just fifth year. I guess she's super senior because she's coming into her 6th year here, Lacey Dagan. And they're here to answer some of your questions, Matt.
Perfect. I will, first of all, echo the welcome, Lacey, Savannah. Welcome. Thanks for taking time out of your evening. First and foremost, what are you most excited about as you prepare for this upcoming season? You get back into the gym, you start seeing your teammates again. What has you excited for 2021?
I think just for me personally, it's just being back together with everyone. It was definitely a really long time to go without seeing everyone, especially when that becomes your new family when you're with them every single day for like so many hours. It's just, and then it got cut off so fast. It was really strange to only have like Zoom contact. So just being back in the gym and slowly getting more and more people back together has just been really amazing. And also to see just how ambitious each person is on the team and how much drive we all have to just keep going and pick back up where we left off, but to keep pushing it even further. So yeah, I'm just excited for all of it. No matter what it looks like, I think it's going to be great.
Lacey, what about you?
I mean, same to that, but just to add, I think we have a great group of freshmen, and I really think that they're going to add so much to this team, and I'm really excited for us to just progress and
Lacey, we're going to have you, on your next question, we're going to have you turn up your volume just a little bit on your next question, so I appreciate that. This facility, obviously you know the practice facility you currently have extremely well. What do you know about the new facility? What excites you, and what does it present? This was actually one of the questions that was asked before this event. What does it present to you as competitors? How does it help you better prepare for competition and better prepare just for your sport in general? Savannah, I'll have you go first.
Well, we haven't like actually gone in yet. Like for us, we've just kind of seen some of the plans and stuff, and like the posters that we have up like in the gym when we first walk in. So I mean, the biggest thing is going to be the space for sure. Like we're going to have so much more equipment, just so much more opportunity for growth as athletes. I think we've all done an amazing job of doing what we can with what we have, and I don't feel like it's stopped anyone anyway from doing what they want to do. But it's definitely going to make it so much easier and just effective for all the skills that we want to try to learn. And just like Tanya had mentioned, especially just from a safety standpoint, like there's just a lot of, like skills people want to try or that they feel like they could do, but they're maybe not fully ready just to go for it onto like a hard or level surface. So to have those pits and those different areas to really work through things the right way, it's just going to make a huge difference, and just making us more and more competitive. So, yeah.
Lacey, let's get a mic check for you real quick.
better.
A little bit. We're gonna send it back over to Savannah. You're gonna be answering all the questions, maybe. You talked a little bit about the current facility and what you guys have had to kind of work around. But what are some things that the facility does not allow you to do in order to prepare for competition and prepare each other as a team?
I think one of the biggest things would just be efficiency in practice, I think is a big thing. Because there are a lot of us, like when we are all in there together, especially pre-COVID, when there's a big group of us, like, 7 or 8, and we're all on vault and we're just standing there, like, waiting like one at a time to go down. And it just takes a lot of time and effort. And we have like great managers that are, on it, and they're setting the boards and the tables, but just to have like actually 3 separate vaults. So we're like, there can be one into the pit, one onto resi, one onto hard. So no matter where you're at in the process, people can just go and get it done and really just be efficient with the numbers and quality and just really getting through assignments in a much better way. Even on beam too, I think that's also going to be a big thing because, we take time out of the practice to, make sure that the beams are pulled back so they're not falling into the pit, and just simple things like that don't seem like a lot, but they do take up precious time that we have to, train and get our stuff done and be as ready as possible. And then the pits, of course, that's, a really big thing, having that, just like that comfort to really start like throwing and doing bigger skills that we all know that we're capable of, but we just need a little bit better stepping stones rather than just going on hard from day one. So, I think just in every way, it's really going to benefit everyone's skill level and their confidence in themselves in the whole process. So.
Thank you, Savannah. Last question. And as a good teammate, you're picking up your teammate and carrying the torch for us. Lacey, can we get you yet or no?
I don't know. How's
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
I don't know what happened.
That's what a team does. Phenomenal.
I did a
good.
presentation yesterday and it was totally fine. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? And I'm glad we hear both of you because this is important. We have members of your current team. We have alumni to the program. We have people that have a great affinity for this program and have supported this program over the years. When we do these videos down in Gill 9 and I say, imagine there's a donor standing right behind me. What would you say to them to say thank you? Well, now you have that opportunity. You have the opportunity. You can look them in the face. What do you say? And Lacey, I'll go to you first. What do you say to the people that are here hearing about this facility and interested in wanting and love to support you in this program?
Yeah, I mean, gratitude is like the word that kind of just encompasses all of this. We're just like so excited to have this opportunity, and we owe so much of it to you guys and the rest of Beaver Nation. So from the bottom of our hearts, like, I think I can speak for the rest of the team. Like, we are just so grateful for you guys. And like, kind of to go back to a few like questions ago, because I missed some of that. I mean, I did transfer from an SEC school a couple years ago, and we did have all these resources, and we were at the top of like the list of NCAA programs. And so I really think that this is just what we need to step up our game and be competitive and win a national championship. So we're so thankful to you guys.
Savannah?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. You can't say it enough. Just coming here, I remember before I even came here freshman year, Michael and Tanya were talking about that, like the new gym, like that was the big thing and the big goal. And like, we've been talking about it and we've been working for it. And I think that a lot of us just kind of got like comfortable with the idea because we knew that it was such a big project and, it was going to be a lot of money and it's just a huge project. And so, all of us didn't really bank on that. We just, kind of banked on each other and like our work ethic to, get the job done and make the best out of the situation we were in. But now with it actually like coming into play and we're seeing it happen and hearing the coaches come in with updates, it's just so motivating. And like, you can see everyone's eyes light up when we talk about it. It's just the most exciting thing. And even though I'm a senior, like whether or not I get to go in there or not, like I know that the girls behind me are going to be so blessed and they're going to be so grateful just to have that opportunity to get in there and just see what they can do and really push the boundaries. So we owe it all to you guys. So thank you so much for everything.
Savannah, Lacey, thank you so much for taking the time again. And thank you for everything you do to represent this university, this department, and the OSU gymnastics program phenomenally. Thank you so much. Now we're going to talk about the facility itself. And with us, we have our Executive Deputy Athletic Director, Dan Bartholomew, to go through specifics of the space itself. Dan?
Thanks, Matt, and good evening, everybody. It's great to be here with all of you, and thanks for spending some time with us. I do have my assistant here with me tonight. This is Lily. She doesn't like to miss anything gymnastics. She's part of Tanya's 2030 recruiting class, and she's excited to see all of her gymnast idols here on the call. So I'm excited as well. I'm obviously really excited to talk about this project. I'm going to share my screen here. Hopeful that everybody can see it. Everybody can see my screen? Yes? All right, thumbs up, good. So, man, what an exciting project, and what an exciting time to be a supporter of OSU gymnastics. I think I've heard the word transformative, taking this program to another level. I mean, let's be honest, this is already a top 10 program in the country, and they're competing in a 6,000 square foot facility, it's in a lovely place. It's a lovely building. The age of the facility and the location makes it a very difficult place to maintain. So to have an opportunity to more than triple our space in a more newly constructed space is really exciting. I know Scott talked a little bit about the facilities master plan. I do just want to kind of walk you back to that process so you kind of understand the context of how we got started on this. This project started about 3 years ago, and really was intended for us to take a strategic look at all of our facility priorities and to put together a plan to be able to execute them over about a 10-year period. And I will tell you that on my third day at Oregon State, and we were talking about this plan, Tanya and Michael and Brian brought me over to the Valley Gymnastics Center. And I had come from the University of Pittsburgh, which had a much larger training facility. And I saw exactly why they were passionate about finding a new space. It wasn't about location necessarily, and certainly gymnastics had been treated with a lot of respect up to that point. But 6,000 square feet just wasn't enough anymore. And we've already talked about the missing pits, the shared landing spaces, some of the efficiency concerns. It was obvious that a new gymnastics facility needed to be part of the plan. Then I went and presented to our student athlete advisory committee. We wanted to get some feedback from our student athletes on what our priorities would be. And there, at the time, this was about 2.5 years ago, there was a junior named Mary Jacobson who actually chased me down after the meeting to talk to me and bend my ear about the need for a gymnastics facility. So it was obvious it was going to be a high level priority for this plan. And so we really sought out to find a solution. I will tell you, and I know you all are aware, it's on Research Way. We spent a lot of time looking for some options on campus. In fact, I'll put my mouse cursor over here. We looked long and hard at this heat plant facility next to Coleman Field. But what we found with the campus locations is that the renovation costs were just made the project really, I don't want to say not feasible, because we were gonna strive for whatever we could, but really put it out of reach. And what you find on a campus like this, especially in the historic district, is there's often a lot of land use implications that go along with renovations. So you're spending a lot of your project money on other things that are not associated with the project. So we started thinking, okay, well, let's think outside of the box here. If it's not going to work immediately on campus, what else is out there? And so we went on what I like to call the shopping mall tour. Tanya was a part of that. We really looked at any location that was a sort of warehouse, large square footage, few structural beams, any location we could think of that could house a facility. And we went to some, Spirit Halloween stores and Ashley Furniture and some different locations around Corvallis. And we were really fortunate that in about December, January of 2019, we were able to locate a warehouse facility on Research Way. There was a gentleman who was a Beeve and wanted to support us, who was interested in getting rid of the space. Fortunately, as Scott mentioned, campus stepped up in helping us purchase the building. It's about a 40,000 square foot facility. Just under about 20,000 square feet will be used for some tenants that are already there. It's going to be a loud few months for them here as we're doing construction. And we'll be underway renovating the other about 23,000 square feet for the gymnastics building. I'm going to step away from my slides here just for a minute. Hopefully you guys can all see this little Google Earth image here. So I want to just give you some perspective on where it is. So again, I'm using my mouse cursor here. You see Research Stadium. I'm sitting here in Gill Coliseum. We're going to go right across the way here to this building. You can see sort of this large roof, and I'm going to get a little larger here. Okay. Here we are at 4100 Research Way. So just across the highway, obviously some bike paths. There's a CTS line that runs right, that stops actually right in front of the facility. We do have some other campus facilities on this same street. So it's really starting to become sort of an OSU extension. And obviously we're excited to have gymnastics being a part of that. So let me go back to the presentation here. With that purchase, we are able, obviously, we immediately engaged in a feasibility study. We brought on Woofter Architecture as a group out of Portland, great local firm, have done some work at Portland State, experience in sports venues. We knew we needed somebody that knew how to design a sports facility, design pits. We have some digging that we have to do, as you can imagine. And they've just been great partners. They put a feasibility study together that we finished in May of 19. We needed to know, if we were really truly going to finalize a purchase on this building, could we make it work? We found out with their help that we could. We kept them on for design. We did schematic and design and development with them. They put together our construction documents. That went from about October of 2019 to just this past summer, about June. Went out to bid this summer for the project and awarded the bid to Lease Crutcher Lewis, another local firm out of Portland with a lot of big sports experience. We're obviously excited to have somebody from the Pacific Northwest working on this project. They actually started a month ago yesterday, September 21st. And right now, obviously on schedule, we've got a lot of work to do, but we anticipate substantial completion here on March 15th. We're hopeful that we'll be able to accelerate that a bit and have the equipment in at the end of February, and then there may just be some tubs and things like that still coming in into March. So we are moving quickly, as you can imagine. Can't thank OBN enough for their support and all of you for your interest and desire to support this project. It's obviously going to be a really, really important part of the equation. The university has stepped up in a big way to help us, but we've got some work to do to backfill some of that support that they've given us, and we've made a commitment to do so. And so, again, we appreciate you being on here with us. The other people I do want to thank before I show you all the pretty pictures and we take a little walk through the facility here are Tanya and Michael Chaplin. I will tell you, having done a number of similar projects, obviously never a gymnastics studio, these projects aren't successful unless the end user is involved in every single detail. And I will tell you, Tanya and Michael have not missed a meeting. That's a good thing, because this might surprise all of you. I'm not a world-class gymnast. So to have that level of expertise in the room, designing this every day with the architects, has truly made their vision come to life. And so Tanya and Michael, I want to thank you for the amount of time you've put into this. And I know you'll continue to every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. In our construction meetings, and just so excited to be able to bring this to life. Brian, I don't want to shortchange my man Brian, our new assistant coach, does bring a design experience with us to this project, graphic design in particular. So a lot of room for Brian to become a regular contributor to the project, and want to thank Brian as well. So I'll walk you through the floor plan here, and then we'll get through some pictures. But I showed you that roof. So here you have sort of this north parking lot that you probably saw in the Google Earth image. Here's your main entry. We'll be building a new entry. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. You'll be coming in a lobby. Obviously, we'll be looking to do some nice, historical displays of the program as you walk in. As you can imagine, with this facility being, somewhat offsite, want to make sure we have the right amenities for the team. We've got a team room, some locker room facilities, lockers for the coaches, obviously restroom and shower, little meeting space, whether that's for a one-on-one, some video review, but a little meeting space on site for the team. And then the team room really gives us a chance for larger meetings, and then, maybe a little downtime, study time, what have you. Over to the left of the lobby here is your therapy. It'll obviously include tubs and a cardio area, and a spot for Deb Graff, our trainer, to do the great work that she does. We'll have some glass viewing space here for those that want to come in and watch practice. And then, of course, you walk into about a 16,000 square foot training facility. And again, all the new pits that we need, no shared landing spaces, and a testament to Tanya and Michael's vision. And again, we just really are so excited to see it come to life. So that's the entrance. It's really exciting. That's what it's going to look like here in March. But an interesting project, right? I mean, we're taking a warehouse and we're turning it into a gymnastics facility. So again, that means we needed to get a little bit creative. We'll be doing some landscaping work out front, some work on the sidewalk so that you have a true entrance to the facility, and will really help call it out for recruiting purposes. This is walking in the front door. It's what it looks like right now. It's not what it's going to look like when we're done. This gives you an idea of what that front hallway is going to look like as you walk in. Again, some branding on the right. You can see some of the glass viewing area here, and then your ancillary spaces immediately on the left. This is what it looks like when you're looking out of those nice big glass windows. And this is obviously what it's going to look like. Here's another look at the space, looking sort of towards a different view, back towards the ancillary spaces. So this is sort of the catty corner from where we were before. Again, looking across the floor here, all of your viewing area, all of your locker room spaces, your therapy, your cardio right off of the room, and obviously a world-class performance space inside. Just another view of what it looks like now. I know that's not exciting, but I think it's kind of fun to watch these things come to life. And sort of another view of the space. This is an earlier rendering, so obviously we've moved some of the training elements around a bit. And then finally, one last look at the space. So I'm going to stop there, and I think what I'll do is I'll go back and put it on the floor layout. Again, we are just so excited and thankful for everybody who's supporting the gymnastics program, and excited about the future of the program and what this facility will mean to that future. And obviously, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you so much, Dan. Are you going to be able to stick around for a little bit? I have a couple of questions regarding the facility, but wanted to get Aaron from our office on here. So you're good to stick around for a couple of minutes?
I'm all yours. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dan. Next, we have our Senior Associate Athletic Director for Development, Aaron Escobar, to talk with us about the project from a fundraising standpoint, where we are, where we need to go. So, Aaron.
Well, Matt, thank you. Dan, and more importantly, Lily, thank you for sharing a breathtaking vision that I think, frankly, matches the talent that's going to go inside it. As Matt mentioned, for those of you that I haven't met, my name is Aaron Escobar. I'm actually entering my 19th year as a fundraising leader at the institution. I currently serve as the Senior Associate Athletic Director for Development with the Athletic Department, and also Vice President for Development with the Foundation. And in my career, I have had the privilege of really working on a number of incredibly important and at times even transformative projects that are all designed to advance our institution, advance our mission, advance the people inside of our institution. And of course, that makes our job easier because it matches, the passions of those that might support it with the excellence of the university. I share this as a background, though, because of all the projects I've worked on, I'm not sure, honestly, that I've seen a facility project that when we execute it will accelerate an already nationally recognized program to, frankly, even higher levels in what I believe will be a really short period of time. And that's very unique. Listen, this is a long way of saying, I think this is one of those really unique moments in time and one of these really unique projects that I hope you could all get excited about. So I do want to share those some important details because we can't get over the finish line without some important fundraising work. And that's obviously the purpose of the call tonight. So our vision can become a reality. And of course, I'm going to be asking you all to consider how you might be able to participate and tell the story of this project to others to hopefully bring more people to the table to help us in what we need to do. So as you've heard, this project requires really a brand new level of university and private support. I mean, I can't underscore how important it is that OSU stepped up in the way they did to get this going. Now it's our turn. We need to keep our promise to Savannah and Lacey and all of the teammates that make possible the kind of experience that they deserve. And frankly, I would argue they've earned. And to that end, the foundation and the OSU Athletic Department has settled on an ambitious, but I think a very achievable goal of $2 million from the private fundraising side. So with that in mind, though, I'm thrilled to announce that we have already gotten an unbelievable start. And you've heard this mentioned before, but we've already secured gifts of 1.2 million towards that $2 million. So we are over halfway to our goal, which puts us in a very strong position. But make no mistake about it, like Dan said, we definitely still have work to do. So first, many of you on the call tonight have already stepped up. You've already made your investment to this vision, and I just want to say thank you. You're part of a very special group who've gotten us to where we were. And frankly, without your early support, I don't know that we would have the confidence to launch fully. I know Coach Chaplin thanks you. I know Savannah and Lacey thank you. Lily thanks you. We couldn't do it without you. But this is where we need everybody's support. So tonight, I'd like to invite those of you that haven't had the opportunity or haven't been exposed to the opportunity of our exciting new future to think about how you can step up and join us. But not only am I asking you to consider an investment, but if OSU Gymnastics means as much to you as we hope it does, we'd like you to consider making this one of your philanthropic priorities, not just for next year, but maybe even beyond that. So, gifts, when we get into the details, and we can get into the details in just a moment, gifts can be structured in the form of a multi-year pledge. I mean, we can spread out your investment over 5 years if necessary, because we would love to design this to allow you to maximize your impact. Because we know for everybody's circumstances are unique, everybody's time in life is different. So we want to make this as easy and flexible as possible. And while I know from my own experience that individuals don't make charitable gifts necessarily for a tax benefit, depending on your circumstance, that is absolutely available to you. And then finally, we're going to be permanently recognizing donors who make contributions of $10,000 or more inside the facility as a small way of saying thank you. So on the heels of this call, a member of my team, the Art Beaver Nation, the OSU Foundation fundraising team, is going to reach out to you just to see if this project is the right project for you, if it's the right moment in time for you, to see if you might be able to join us. I mean, please know, though, that for this work to be successful, for us to get over that $2 million mark, we're going to need gifts of all sizes. I've done this a long time. The last little bit is definitely the hardest, and that's the reason why we're having this conversation tonight, because we're looking to really sort of rally support to get over the finish line. But truly, if this is something you could see yourself doing, it would be an absolute privilege to work with you to find a way that would maximize what you can do. So listen, OSU Gymnastics, in that cozy, cramped, historic home, has accomplished some amazing things. I mean, this team has, for everybody who sat in Gill Coliseum, this team has taken our breath away. We've all had those moments. Now I think, though, it's time for a new vision. And I think it's time for a new vision that matches the talent that frankly competes fearlessly amongst the very best in the country. Our student athletes, our gymnasts deserve that. So I hope you are as excited about this as we are. I really appreciate what you've done. I appreciate what you will do. And we'll communicate with this group on how we're moving ahead so you can keep track of our progress. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. As always, go Beavs.
Aaron, thank you so much. We do have a few questions, and a lot of them obviously have to do with the practice facility. First and foremost, Dan, or Tanya, has there been any discussion regarding what will happen with the current practice facility, the Valley Gymnasium?
Yeah, Matt, thanks for the question on that. So obviously with the university stepping up in a big way to help with the purchase of the building, the university will take that facility back. So once we're moved out, it will no longer be an athletics facility. I've heard a few different things. I don't want to speculate until there's anything more concrete, but I know the university has plans to utilize it in some of their programming.
And then you mentioned that the project is on schedule. Did anything with the pandemic impact the scheduling, the design phase, or anything regarding the construction phase of the project?
Thankfully, it didn't. I think we were all holding our breath, right, Tanya? We were all waiting to see, but again, thanks to the support of all of you on the call, the support of the university, and obviously Aaron and his team's work really didn't slow us down and helped us stay on schedule.
And could you say again what's kind of the time? You may have mentioned this, and I apologize if I missed it. The timeline for everything regarding the project.
Yeah, we're under construction. We started that in September. Substantial completion date right now is March 15th.
Great, thank you very much. Coach, as this moves forward and gets closer to completion, and we want to make sure that the team is safe, the staff is safe, our fans and supporters are safe. How do you envision possibly showing off the facility? Obviously, if you can have people in the space, that's excellent. But if not, do you have any thoughts of how you may want to show the space off to our fans and supporters?
Well, we're definitely going to be doing a lot of things through social media as much as we possibly can, and any other virtual platforms that we can utilize. We've talked about too, as we do some things, maybe even doing an opportunity where we're at the facility and we can do kind of a virtual meeting that way and bring people in. We are getting good at doing some virtual tours with recruiting, and we may have to do the same thing. Well, we will have to do the same thing with recruits until we hear otherwise, because we're in a dead period for who knows how long. So we will be utilizing that, and we'll be able to share that with our fans and our donors and our alum so that they can follow along as well. Dan, I don't know if you know, is there any type of cameras going in to show the progress or anything? Will we have anything like that? I haven't heard anything like that. So it'd probably be more us going in to show you.
Yeah, it's because it's off campus, we don't have any university infrastructure that's feeding it. So we've been relying on photos. That's a good agenda item for next Wednesday though, Tanya.
Yeah, okay.
Good call.
Well, and we will have the infrastructure here in place within the next few months because campus is bringing everything over because we now have four buildings, I think, over there for Oregon State University. So that's almost becoming West Campus over there.
And there'll be plenty of video. There'll be lots of video opportunities once it's built as well, as you know.
Exactly.
Dan and Coach or whoever. Anybody who's been over to the current practice facility, is very aware of a very important statue that is out in front. Dan, can you speak a little bit about the future of that?
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm actually really glad you asked. It was brought to my attention that we do have a gymnastics legend in the house here on the call. And so I'm actually going to share something that's top secret, but I think important for you all to see. And that is the Joy Seelig statue that we are in process with some conversations with campus and very excited that we've got permission to move forward on moving that over in front of the building. This is kind of an early render, but it will be great to walk by Joy, to have our gymnasts walk by Joy every time they go into the facility. So thank you, Joy, for all of your contributions to gymnastics in our history.
Thank you very, very much, Dan. As we get ready to close everything up this evening, I just want to say again, thank you first and foremost to all the alumni, 10.0 club members, season ticket holders, everybody who supports this program, loves this program, for being with us, taking time out of your evening, and doing everything you do in support of OSU Gymnastics. I want to thank our coaching staff, Tanya, your staff. Thank you so much for taking the time. Love seeing all of our student athletes on here. And I personally, my favorite point of the evening was as Dan was going through the step-by-step of the facility, watching Savannah and watching Lacey literally inch closer to the screen and just seeing the joy and excitement of what's to come. And that's really what this program is, what's to come. We are raising the bar every day for this program. And it starts with this facility. It starts with everybody on this call. So thank you so much. If we did not get to your question, we apologize. I do want to let you know that this is being recorded and it will be provided to everybody that watched this evening, but everybody who RSVP that maybe something came up on their schedule and weren't able to make it this evening. So you can watch it again. Within the next 48 hours, we'll get the recording to you. And also there will be a link in associated with the recording that will provide a link to a landing page, a website landing page regarding this project that gives you all the details. It goes over some of the renderings that Dan showed us this evening, and also gives you some details on how you can support. Obviously, everything online is shareable. So if you get that, share it with the people you know have a love and affinity for OSU Gymnastics. And I just, once again, thank you to Aaron, Dan, everybody, and everybody be well, be safe, and as always, go Beavs. Have a great night, everybody.
Go Beavs.
Great to see everybody.
It's